Hi, I'm Missy Deep, and you're watching Orgasm Central TV. So, when I first got into it, I was 18. I wanted to be able to help my mom pay for my college expenses because she was dealing with her medical bills, and it was a situation where if I didn't contribute, then I would have to stop going to school. So that way I would work a full time job to help her. And being 18, I just wanted to be able to keep going to school, have that college experience. So when on campus jobs didn't come through for me, I turned to the world of pornography. So my favorite things about me doing the porn work is not only the fact that I can travel around the country to work with different creators and go to different events, but it's allowed me to help me learn more about myself and what I enjoy sexually. And then the things that I enjoy the least, it would have to be the times that the lack of professionalism is displayed. When people just don't respect boundaries, or when people just no call, no show. Those are some things that honestly just make me question why people are doing the work if they're going to act like that. So my favorite thing that I shot this year, it was actually with my one of my best friends in the industry, AZ Pornstar. So what we did was we staged a scene I was doing a webcam show, and I was doing my thing. I was getting my fans warmed up, and then as I'm about to get into full swing and whatnot, I noticed that he's just standing in the doorway and jacking himself off. And instead of me shooing him away, I'm just here you know what? How about we spice things up? So for X amount of tokens, I would have him join, and pretty much the camp site determined what happened. I didn't actually use a full-fledged campsite. This was something that we just purely improvised. I do think that the financial resources like banks or loans or any sort of credit card agency and whatnot, they do have a strong history of discriminating against sex workers in general. It doesn't matter if you do porn, escort, any of that. I know that there's a lot of people that do rely on apps like PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo to be able to provide the services that they have. I know for me personally, I do offer a bunch of online things. I have a girlfriend experience where I can act like a girlfriend over text for X amount of days. And I also do video calls. I take custom video requests, all of that. So I have to rely on PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo to be able to get the compensation for those things to happen. Because I know I personally don't feel comfortable giving any sort of information that will lead directly to my bank. For Zelle, that shows your legal name. I don't really want to resort to that when I resort to other platforms that I could hide my legal identity with. So hearing those like statistics is really upsetting, especially on behalf of those who are survival sex workers who have to rely on those platforms. So some of the biggest things that you can definitely like do to help sex workers is tip them directly if they have content that's for sale on sites like ManyViz, Clips for Sale. Buy the content, leave the tips on those platforms. And honestly, like one of my biggest things that I like to do when it comes to websites like Cash App or Venmo, if you're required to leave a note, don't make it like obvious that it's like sex work related. I mean, whenever I have people do things that involve like my time online, I just tell them to say it's for like say it's for like dinner or like a utility bill or anything like that that can easily be disguised. So definitely I would have to say my chest, if you're talking about like physical like traits, because that is one of the first things that people really do like talk about or talk to me about whenever we are working together. But for me personally, I do think it's because I have a like really like caring, like outgoing personality, and I try to keep my vibes as chill and professional as possible when it comes to filming, so that way everyone that I work with is comfortable around me when I'm set. I still do see myself filming in about 5 to 10 years, but at the same time, I also see myself having enough resources to be able to rent out another space, to have a content creation studio. So with this, I really want to be able to create multiple different sets, so that way other performers can rent out the space and have a variety of locations when it comes to filming. But I also do see myself, like I still do this, but I want to keep this going, but like I want to keep pushing myself to be the best advocate for the BBW community that I can possibly be, especially since the BBW community is easily one of the most heavily discriminated like communities out there. I mean, you have award shows that don't really bat an eye at us. You have a lot of studios and agencies that want nothing to do with us, all because we're bigger and we don't fit that cookie cutter mold in this industry.